Hi, everyone. It is Tuesday evening, and it's a heat wave everywhere, apparently. So let's embrace it. Let's bring that heat into our bodies. And also, let's have some release today. We'll allow a lot to come out in the breath. Join me on your mat, and we'll get started in a seat. So, sitting up nice and tall. Getting comfortable on your mat in your seat, rolling your shoulders back, maybe getting out any kicks or cracks that you need to. And we can close our eyes down here. Take a few rounds of breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Allow these first few breaths to be cleansing, emptying any trash that we're carrying, anything that we no longer want with us. Let it come out, the stress of the day, or maybe you're doing this at the beginning of the day and the stress of the upcoming day, let it out. You're here now in this moment for yourself. You've carved out this time for yourself. Maybe you take a moment to find some gratitude for something in your day, in your life. It could be big or small, anything you'd like. Allow it to bring a feeling of joy and warmth into the heart space. If you'd like, you can take your hands over the heart just to feel the beat gently. Breathing at your natural rhythm, feeling the chest rise and fall, and being present here in this moment for you. Drop the hands down to the knees if they're not there already. Palms facing up, roll the shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together down the back. Lift the head so the chin is pointing toward the ceiling, opening up in the throat. And on the next exhale, slowly bring the chin into the chest. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Then once again, we'll move through center, bring the chin down, and we could take a few half circles here. Inhaling at the top and exhaling to circle around. Inhale at the top, exhale to circle. Good. Slowly come back through center. Inhale, raise the arms up, gaze up, press the palms together. And we're going to bend the elbows and bring the palms onto the back of the head. I will turn to the side to show you what this looks like. So hands are in prayer pose behind the head. If this is unavailable to you, you could interlace the fingers as well to open up in the shoulders, give the neck a little bit more space. Otherwise, press those palms together and gently lean the head back. Attempt to open up the elbows a little bit wider. If they don't go, that's okay. Just go in that direction, energetically opening up. And eventually we're going to tee the arms out, reaching from fingertip on the right to fingertip on the left, making a nice long line across the body. Flip the palms up, reach up, press those palms together, bend the elbows and bring them back behind the head once again. This time interlace the fingers, push the head back into the hands, And once again, open up the chest and try and pry those elbows open a little bit further. Big inhale here. Big exhale. Stay here for a moment. Take one more big inhale. And on an exhale, bring those elbows in toward each other and slowly bring the chin into the chest, rounding the upper back. Inhale, come back up to center, open up in the elbows, open that chest, and exhale, come back. Tuck in. Move like this now with your breath. So it might be a little bit faster. We're looking for fluid movement, nothing jerky, especially with the neck and the shoulders. We still want to move with intention. Just opening up the chest, opening up the neck, and opening up the shoulders. Starting to bring a little bit of prana energy into the top part of our torso. Inhale, tee those arms out. Once again, big long line. Spread the fingertips wide. And exhale, drop the hands down by the side. Hands will come behind you now. Option to take fingertips facing back or fingertips facing towards you, whichever feels better for your wrists. Roll the shoulders back and press through the palms of the hands to open up in the chest. I like to turn my wrists out slightly to the sides, and that's what feels nice for me. So again, this is something you could play around with. Dial them slightly back and see what it feels like. You'll feel this in different places depending on the placement of your wrists and also depending on your wrist mobility. Let this feel nice and slow and good. Squeeze the shoulders together on the back to help that chest open a little bit more. And then exhale slowly, come through center, back to a seat. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, sweep that right arm behind and the left hand comes to the outside of the right knee, twisting open toward the right. 3 rounds of breath here. Good. Slowly back through center. Reach up and exhale. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind, twisting open to the left. 3 rounds of breath. Good. Back through center. Reach up and exhale. Press those palms together. Bring them down through heart center. Hands will come back behind you and we'll bend the knees, planting the feet. We'll start with a windshield wiper and we'll really move slow here. So very slow motion wipers, trying to bring the outside leg close as to the ground as possible. So it's possible that your knees do not touch the ground and that's okay, but we're going in that direction. Moving really slow, articulate, with intention. Moving slowly like this, you may feel it starting to light up in your core and your abdomen, along the side body as well, and in the hips. Because it is not just the hips involved here. We have the core involved as we're twisting and slowing it down. It becomes about balance and control. We'll do a couple more on each side. Very nice. Back to center. We're going to roll into a tabletop, however you need to get there. Tuck the toes underneath and slowly start to send the hips back, drawing the hands down by the side, coming to a seat on the heels. We'll move forward so that you can see a little bit more what this looks like. So my toes are all tucked under. Maybe you use your hands to help bring them all there. Sometimes a pinky toe doesn't quite want to go in that direction. And maybe your hips are touching your heels. Maybe they're not. Mine don't quite touch. So every body will look different in this posture. We do want to keep a flat back. So we can do that by knitting the ribs in, tucking the belly in toward the spine. Nice long line from tailbone to crown. And this might get intense really quickly. If it does, just breathe into it. Always the option to lift up and come slightly out of it and then come back in. This is very beneficial for the soles of the feet, for the fascia, which is that webbed connective tissue in the bottoms of the feet. Great if you have plantar fasciitis or anything similar. If you get cramps in your feet in the middle of the night, this helps get into all of that and get things flowing and moving in there. Inhale, release, come up onto the knees. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, hands will come back down by the side. Release the toes, plant the hands and come into a tabletop. Maybe take a moment to wiggle the feet out here. Tap the tops of the feet if that feels nice. And then we'll take some cat-cows, pushing the ground away to exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward. Exhale to push away. Inhale to gaze forward. Continue moving like this with your own breath. And feel free to add any decoration that you'd like here. So if you want to wiggle from side to side, or maybe come down onto the elbows, come up and down, any movement that feels good, that feels stretchy or like it's getting something out of you. Play in this posture. It's fun, it's for you. So just listen to your body and see what it wants you to do here. We'll meet back in a neutral tabletop position and then slowly send the hips back, walk the hands forward, come down into child's pose. Allow the forehead to rest on the mat. Option to take wide legs here so the knees could come to the edges of the mat if you'd like. Walk the fingertips a little bit further forward if you'd like to get into the underarm area. Nice stretch here. And slowly come back up into that tabletop. We're going to tuck our toes and come into a downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet, opening up the calves. On an inhale, come to the toes. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale to the toes. Exhale, drop the heels. The heels might touch, they might not. We're all in different places. So if they touch, that's great. If they don't touch, that's also great. As long as they're going in that direction, we're sending them there. You can have bent knees to allow the chest to come down a bit further. Keep that belly tucked in and continue to send the hips back. And wherever you are, slowly walk the feet forward. We'll meet the hands at the front of the mat in a forward fold. Again, keep a bent knee if you like here. Let the head be heavy and hang. Grab for opposite elbows. Rock yourself gently from side to side. And slowly we'll start to rise up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, you can release the arms down. Head comes up last. Big round of breath at the top. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, draw them down through heart center. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pour forward. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back into a plank pose. Lower yourself halfway or to knees, chest, chin. Flip your toes upward facing. Flip them back downward facing. Walk those feet forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Push through the ground to rise up to stand. Reach up at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into a plank. Stay here for a moment. We'll puff up the back ever so slightly. Tuck the belly in. Squeeze the glutes together. Gaze is forward and down. And we're going to rock gently, coming onto our toes and then sending our heels back. Really push into the pads of the fingers here, protecting the wrists. And then bend the knees and come back, downward dog. Inhale, roll forward into a plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward. We'll do this 5 times. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward. Once again, walk the feet up, meet the hands, and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, left foot. Drop the knee. Inhale, peel the arms up, reach up and lunge. Stay here for a moment. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Full round of breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw the hands down and twist open toward the right. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Gaze can come over the right shoulder. Continue to lunge. We have a tendency to want to come back and start to straighten the leg. Keep lunging forward. Inhale, slowly use that core to come back through center. Reach up. Exhale, plant the hands, pick up the back knee, and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into plank. Exhale, lower halfway or to knees, chest, chin. Flip the toes upward facing, or cobra. Flip them back, downward facing. Walk the feet forward and fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Push through the ground, rise up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, right foot, drop the knee. Inhale, peel up, reach up at the top. Stay here a moment. Tuck the belly, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, hands to heart center, lunge a little bit further. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lunge, hands to heart center, twist open toward the left. Gaze can come over the back shoulder. Continue to lunge deep. Inhale, use the core to bring you back to center, reach up. And exhale, frame the foot, plant the hands. Pick up the back knee, step back, downward facing. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or upward facing. Cobra or upward facing. Flip the toes, downward facing. Walk your feet forward, lift the hands, and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Push through the ground, rise up to standing, reach up at the top, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. Lower halfway or to knees, chest, chin. Flip the toes, upward facing. Flip the toes back, downward facing. Drop down to the knees and send the hips back, child's pose. Inhale as you slide forward onto the belly. Hands come under the shoulders. Exhale here. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades down the back. The elbows are hugging the ribs. Push yourself up into cobra. Exhale, come down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, come down. We'll do this about 5 times. One more. Hold this one at the top. Tuck the belly, squeeze the glutes, gaze is up. And exhale, slowly come down. Push yourself up into a plank. Send the hips back, downward facing. Inhale, the right leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Square the hip, bring that knee into the chest. Hover here for a moment. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, knee into chest. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, and this time step through. Inhale, peel the arms up, reach up at the top. Any adjustments that you might need here, maybe widen the stance ever so slightly. See that your feet are on train tracks, so they're not directly behind each other. Lunge deep into that right leg. Exhale, hands come down to heart center, pressing the palms together. Reach back with the right arm and reach forward with the left arm, twisting the torso open toward the right as you continue to lunge. Rise slightly in your inhales and sink a little deeper in your exhales. On the next exhale, drop the right arm behind you, reach up and over with the left. Twisted back bend. And on the next exhale, windmill the arms forward, frame the foot, and take a big step forward into a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Push through the ground, rise up to stand. Reach up at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into a plank. Lower halfway or to knees, chest, chin. Flip your toes. Upward facing dog or cobra. Flip them back. Downward facing. Inhale, the left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, square the hip, bring the knee into the chest and hover for a moment. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, knee in and hover. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, knee in. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, step through. Peel those arms up, come up into high crescent lunge. Again, take any adjustments that you might need. Draw your hands down to heart center. On the next inhale, reach back with the left arm, reach forward with the right. Continue to lunge into your left leg. Chest is up, shoulders are back. Whew. This might test your balance. My floor is uneven on this side, and I always have issues. Wherever you are, drop the left hand down, reach up and over with the right. And the next exhale, windmill the hands to frame the foot and take a big step up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Push to the ground, rise up to standing. Reach up at the top and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a big step back with the left foot. Once again, on train tracks. And slowly sink into your lunge once again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lunge a little bit deeper. Inhale, up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, up. Exhale, lunge. Once more, inhale, up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, up. Exhale, plant the hands. Take a big step forward and fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, reach up at the top, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands down. Big step back, right foot. Again, see that your feet are on train tracks here. Lunge into the left knee. Again, we'll take a more dynamic movement here. Moving with our breath, rising on the inhale and dropping on the exhale. So inhale, exhale. One more. Good. Frame the foot. Big step up. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Start to bend the knees and widen the stance so the feet are just off the mat. We're going to come down into a yogi squat. Now there's an option here. If this is unavailable, you can stack blocks and come into the squat like this. This will help you to open up in the legs. So another option is to widen the stance a little bit further, turning the toes out, or holding a counterweight in front of you. Bring your hands together at heart center. I'll demonstrate the modified version today. You want to keep the torso long. So no hunching forward like this. Long in the torso, feet are planted firmly, and we're not on the toes. So if it helps to use a block to help you get there, or to put something under the heels if you are on the toes, because being on the toes will put a lot of pressure on the knees, and we don't want that. And we've already been here for nearly a minute. Keep breathing. And you can create a bind by putting your elbows on the inside of your legs. And especially if you were on the block here, you could push with those elbows to open up a little bit more. So if you are comfortable in a seat here or in your squat, depending on how comfortable you are in this position, an option to open and close the thighs with the elbows while you're here. We don't have to stay static. This is a great exercise for mobility and helps to get into those really tight hip joints. And wherever you are, if you have props, remove them, plant the hands, lift the backs of the legs, keep a bend in the knee if you'd like, and let yourself hang forward in a semi-wide legged forward fold. Turn the toes back in, and the heels slightly out. And push through the ground very slowly. Rise up, let your arms be heavy, let your head be heavy. Come up to the top and let everything be loose. We're just about halfway through, so we'll take a little shake. And if you've practiced with me before, you know that I very much enjoy shaking, especially halfway through the practice. It also gives you some time to take a break, to shake it off, and to start over. So plant your feet so that they come, about hip-width distance apart. And you can take a couple of steps just to get yourself grounded, roll your shoulders back, and then start to loosen the arms. Let them be soft and loose. Wiggle the legs. I'll go from the side so you can see what it feels like. Everything is nice and loose. And then maybe you shake one leg at a time. And you'll hear my voice is vibrating because my body's shaking. If you want to take some ahms here, as you shake, it might feel nice in the vibrations. Just let everything be loose. Get the wrists involved and the shoulders involved. Get everything involved. We'll do this for about 30 more seconds. And wherever you are, release. Come to stillness. Come to the top of the mat, roll the shoulders back. Chest is up, gaze is forward. Hands are down by the side. Fingertips can be spread wide. Knees are soft. And we take a reset in mountain pose. About 5 rounds of breath here. Nice, tall, strong mountain. And take a moment to take an inventory of the body. See what sensations are coursing through. See what might feel a little different than from when you started, when you came to your mat today. See what pieces might feel more open or more relaxed, or maybe quite the opposite. Maybe you're feeling heat and prana and energy. Whatever it is you're feeling, just bring your attention there for a moment. And be present with yourself here now. And then inhale, reach the arms up, gaze up. Exhale, draw those hands through heart center. We're going to take a big step back and open up into wide legs. So gently and slowly, we'll pivot from one foot to the other, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe lifting the toes if you'd like on each foot, and slowly, slowly starting to sink down. We'll eventually be coming into a goddess pose, but begin with some dancing goddess here. You can reach out from side to side, and you can reach up and down. Wherever you are, sink down into goddess. Chest is up, shoulders are back, hands together. On an inhale, push and rise, reach up to standing. Exhale, come back down. We'll stay here a little bit longer this time. Knit the ribs in, belly button toward the spine. Again, chest up, shoulders back, sink deep. Maybe find a little buoyancy if you like. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel quite a bit of heat generating. And then bring the hands to the hips or to the thighs. And on the next exhale, allow the right shoulder to drop down to center. And then inhale, lift the chest back up. Exhale, drop the left shoulder. Inhale, chest up. Continue to move like this. Let these twists feel nice. And then straighten the legs, reach up. And exhale, hands come behind, roll the shoulders back. Find a clasp in the fingertips, opening the chest. Keep a micro bend in the knees here. I'll show you from the side what this would look like. So we're wide legs, micro bend, arms are back, belly's tucked in, and we start to reach back slightly, opening up the chest, but squeezing those glutes together at the same time. So there's a lot going on here. Wherever you are, release the arms and heel toe those feet back together. Coming back to standing, inhale, reach up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Once again, we'll come into that yogi squat. Now we've been here before, so take your option if you'd like. I'll show you an unmodified option here. So we're coming crouched down. Our back is straight, so the spine is straight. The heels are down. Elbows can be on the inside of the knees to help open up. Chest is up, shoulders are back. And slowly bring yourself down into a seat. And you can push gently on your thighs here. Maybe make fists with your hands and roll them along the insides and the outsides of your legs, a little self-massage. So yoga is a moving meditation, but it's so much more than just an exercise or a fitness. It really is about connecting with your body and self-love, taking care of yourself. So massage is something that you can do to yourself. You have the power to do that. You have hands and you have fists, and it can feel really, really nice, especially in a practice. So after we've done something big like a hip opener, those deep squats, we could roll those hands along, and it's not as intense as a foam roller, and We can use our own pressure so you know exactly what you need, and listen to your body and feel into it and see, what does my body need right now? So I'm just going in lines up and down, and I'm moving around from the inside to the outside. And then sit up tall. Once again, close the eyes down and take inventory. See what that feels like now. Similar to after you shaken the body for about 30 seconds, or similar to when you've stopped moving after you've been moving a lot. There might be some tingling, some warmth, or a sense of relaxation that wasn't there before. We'll take some spinal circles here. So you can open the eyes up if you'd like, or keep them closed, up to you. We'll start to take some circles, very small ones, toward the left. And then we'll switch directions, start to take small ones toward the right. And then we'll make the movement a little bit bigger, bringing the chest forward and then rounding as we come back. Start to connect your breath to this movement, exhaling to come forward and inhaling to come back. Maybe that slows it down a little bit. Maybe it speeds it up. And switch directions. Once more. Good, we'll switch directions once again, and this time make it even bigger, leaning forward while pushing the sit bones down. So we're not coming up off the mat here. We're keeping our sit bones down, pressed into the mat, but we're going to lean forward and make circles. And then come back. You can have the hands on the knees for leverage as an anchor here, and then move forward. Really folding yourself as far as you'll go. And again, this time it's as if you're blowing out some birthday candles. I just got some nice cracks in my back. Take about 5 more. And we'll switch sides. Two more. Good. Come up to seat. We'll come onto the knees here. Sit back onto the heels, sit up tall, roll the shoulders back, then relax them down. Inhale, reach the arms up, lift the hips up, press the palms together. Exhale, come back down. We'll move like this 5 times. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. As you come down, pull the belly in. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Once more. This time we'll stay at the top. Drop your right arm behind, reach up and over with the left. Exhale, switch sides. And move like this 5 times. squeezing the glutes at the top. I think this is 4. And 5. Very nice. Release both arms. And if you have a block, this will be a good place for it. You can bring the right hand, either to the mat or to a block, and we'll extend the left leg out. So block however you'd like it, or directly down onto the mat. Keep that right knee bent and the foot going behind you. Reach up and over with the left arm. Get a nice long line across the belly, across the side body here. Maybe come up onto the toes if you'd like. Send the hips forward, send the pelvis forward. And then slowly come back to center, sitting on the knees. Take a full round of breath. Maybe a couple of shoulder rolls. And we'll switch sides. So coming up, kicking out that right leg, planting the hand down onto a block or onto the mat. And maybe you need a block on one side and not the other. So you might be different on both sides. Reach up and over with that right arm. Again, you can come up onto the toes if that feels nice. Send those hips forward. Maybe gaze back slightly. Maybe come up onto the fingertips if you'd like. Reach a little bit further. And slowly come down. A few rounds of breath here. Once again, we'll go over and switch sides. Come up onto the knees, plant the hand down, kick the left leg out this time, reach up and over. And this time, cactus the arm, and then push and reach again. Maybe you go a little bit further like this. Inhale, cactus, open the chest. Exhale, reach. Two more. And stay here for one moment. And then exhale back to center, hips to heels. We'll switch sides. And if ever anything doesn't feel good or doesn't work for you, these are all suggestions. So if you like to just stay in that cactus arm or not continue moving, these are all up to you. I always encourage you to explore the practice and listen to your own body. So see what feels good. And if it feels good, do it. And if it doesn't, leave it and do what you like. Do what feels right in your body today. So inhale, come up, drop that left arm down, kick those right toes out. And again, I'm very different on either side. I don't need a block here, but I like the feeling of it sometimes. So I'll reach up and over with my right arm, send my hips forward, slight back bend, and then we'll move with breath. Inhaling to cactus, exhaling to reach a little bit further. Good. Sweep down and come to a seat on the knees. You could remove any props that are near you. And we'll come into a seated meditation. We'll finish our practice here today. Sitting up nice and tall. Option to take any movement that you'd like before you get into this. If you wanted to windshield wiper a little bit and get any last creaks and cracks out, you can. Take a couple of twists. However you need to move, get it out. Maybe take a shake, some shoulder rolls, some neck stretches, and then settle in. Settle in into a seat. And you have the option as well of taking the block or a cushion or a book and sitting up on top of it. This will help to raise the hips, tilting the pelvis forward, and allowing you to sit up taller. This is excellent for posture because it sort of forces us to sit up tall. We don't really hunch when we're sitting up on a block. And when you're ready, close your eyes down. Start to breathe in and out of your nose. We'll start to relax the body, allowing the shoulders to drop down, allowing the chin to come slightly down, relaxing the neck, softening the jaw, softening the space between your eyes. Hands or palm facing up, either on the lap or in the lap or on the thighs or on the knees. Toes are untucked and uncurled. And take a moment to appreciate the power of the breath. We'll meditate on this today. That our breath is mighty and powerful. It keeps us alive, quite literally. It allows us to regulate our nervous system. It allows us to have control over reaction. It allows us release. And it allows us peace. We don't often think about the breath outside of yoga. It's something we may take for granted. Your body does it naturally and automatically. You never really have to think about breathing. But when we tap into it and use it and harness it and truly discover its power, it can change how you feel, how you think, how you move. The breath is quite literally the language of the nervous system. When we exhale, we tell our system that we're okay. Think about a time that you were scared or nervous. It's very likely you were holding your breath or breathing shallow, not quite exhaling, taking a lot of breaths in, but not letting enough out. Next time you find yourself in a situation like that, take a moment to become aware of your breathing. Allow yourself proper, lengthy exhales, and allow whatever it is to come out in that exhale. Speak to your nervous system and tell it that you're safe. Wherever you are, feel free to stay here or lay down if you'd like. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like, or we can start moving the body, wiggling the fingers. If you're sitting on a prop, for moving it, bringing the feet out in front of you, maybe dropping the knees to one side and then the other. And coming back into your seat, sitting up tall. We draw the hands together at heart center, bringing the chin into the chest, bowing the head forward to seal the practice and say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for making me a part of your day. And I hope you enjoyed this if you're watching it in a recording. I hope you enjoyed it if you're live with me right now. And I will see you in the next one. Have a beautiful rest of your day.